Good afternoon, you're with the News Minute. It's a newsy Saturday, and we are coming to you live to bring you the latest updates in the Delhi liquor policy scam. And the questioning is underway. I'm being joined by my colleague Paul Ooman, who's reporting live from Delhi, from just outside the ED office, where BRS leader K Kavitha just a few minutes ago appeared before the ED for her deposition. Paul, tell us what is the latest, what happened when Kavitha appeared before the ED.
Well, that's right, Pooja. I'm outside the headquarters of the Enforcement Directorate. And around 15, 20 minutes ago, we saw Kalvakunda Kavitha, who's a Telangana MLC and also the daughter of Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao, arrive here. In fact, a huge show of strength by party supporters, BRS workers, had gathered in large numbers at her residence where she was staying. And when she started from there, she waved out to the crowd with a smile, looking clearly not very tensed about the interrogation that was underway. And when she reached the Enforcement Directorate's headquarters, she looked at the media and with a clenched fist, she responded to the media, clearly indicating that she will fight it out. And she seems confident, but we'll have to wait and watch how this turns out. The BRS workers who had gathered here in large numbers were saying this is a tactic of harassment. And previously, we have seen several cases where they have registered a case, but later the entire controversy fizzles out when a leader joins the BJP is what they are claiming. So we'll have to wait and watch how this particular interrogation turns out. Presently, she's inside. She's being interrogated. We'll have to wait and watch because according to our sources, by 5:30 she'll have to be let out because she's a woman unless they formally declare that she has been arrested. There is also a huge possibility that she will be called back tomorrow by the Enforcement Directorate. Let's note that tomorrow is a Sunday, and unless they have substantial evidence or they really need to investigate her as part of the Delhi liquor scam and her role in that particular scam, only then she will be summoned tomorrow. So we'll have to wait and watch whether she will be summoned tomorrow. Will the arrest happen today? So several questions being asked. We'll have to wait and watch, Pooja.
Just to tell our viewers, Kavitha is not yet named as an accused in the case. We will get back to it. This case has, political repercussions. It's an election year in Telangana, and what it means for the BRS and for Kavitha, I will ask Paul in just a bit. But before that, let's talk about the case itself. Paul, what is the case and what is the ED allegation? Because just a few days ago, a businessman by the name Arun Pillai was questioned on Monday, and he was arrested on March 7th. And the ED is alleging a link between Pillai and Kavitha. Tell our viewers about the case in itself.
That's right. Arun Ramchandra Pillai is a Hyderabad based businessman. He was picked up by the Enforcement Directorate, and in his statement, he happened to say that he was the front man for Kalvakuntla Kavitha, which meant he was the man who was talking to a man called as Samir Mahendru, who's the owner of a company called as Indo Spirits. So let me just quickly, in briefly, tell you what this particular case is about. It is about the Delhi excise liquor policy, which was the allegation is that there was a South group that was handling. That is a South group which consisted of some people from South India, and this particular man, Arun Ramchandra Pillai, was the front man for this particular group. He had approached Vijay Nair, who is the media head of the Aam Aadmi Party. So the allegation is that this particular South group had given kickbacks to the tune of nearly 100 crores to Vijay Nair, who's the a person representing the Aam Aadmi Party leaders. And why was all this done? So that they could get, the kickbacks was paid by South Group, which meant that they could get shares or stakes in wholesale businesses and retail outlets that held the licenses which were providing liquor to the Delhi entire area, which meant they were paying kickbacks for shares in companies that had licenses which were providing liquor. On the whole, people were gaining out of it, in which Aam Aadmi Party leaders were getting kickbacks. So that is what the case is about. Arun Ramchandra Pillai and Abhishek Bonpalli, two Hyderabad-based businessmen, were picked up, and later we also saw Buchi Raju, who was the chartered accountant of Kalvakutla, being picked up. We also saw Vijay Nair, the Aam Aadmi Party media in charge, being picked up. We saw P. Sharath Reddy also being picked up. We saw Magunta Raghav, who's the son of an Andhra YSRCP MP, being picked up. So these are all the people who are involved in the case, part of the South group. So Kalvakuntla Kavitha's interrogation was expected. It happened. She was called on 11th. She said she would present herself. And then now we'll have to wait and watch whether they will be able to establish the money trail and the role that Kalvakuntla Kavitha plays in this particular case. Are they just mere allegations, or will they be able to establish the link? Is what remains to be seen. Another quick update, Pooja. Last evening, Arun Ramchandra Pillai filed a petition at the court saying that he wants to change his statement, and the court has directed enforcement directorate to do the needful. Important because earlier he was the one who had said in his statement that he was the front man and the proxy for Kalvakuntla Kavitha, that he had finalized several deals over FaceTime with Kalvakuntla Kavitha, and that they had met at her residence in Hyderabad. So, for a person like him to change his statement, very important update, and it will also have repercussions on the interrogation that will happen, because Kavitha was called or summoned by the enforcement directorate based on the statements of Arun Ramchandra Pillai and also Samir Mahendru, the owner of Indo Spirits. So all these developments makes it very interesting, and political ramifications, of course, because like you said, it is election year in Telangana. December is where the elections are. So they're saying ahead of that election, the BJP is using the central agencies to target its leader.
Absolutely. We don't know if the ED has established the money trail. And in its absence, like Paul pointed out rightly, the statement given by Arun Pillai will be extremely crucial for the ED to establish Kavita's link to the liquor policy scam. The allegation, of course, is that she and a group of people from Telangana and Andhra were operating a company called South Group, and they were controlling large portions of liquor stores in Delhi. And for that, they gave kickback of over 100 crores, and that was used by the Aam Aadmi Party to fight elections in Goa. In fact, Manish Sisodia, the former deputy chief minister of Delhi, has also been arrested in the same case. Paul was there yesterday when Kavitha led a protest in a slightly different context, a pre-planned protest that was attended by several political parties, opposition parties, of course. Tell us what you saw yesterday, and what were the statements Kavitha made in that protest she led for the women's reservation bill, Paul?
Well, yes, Kavitha had called for this particular protest demanding a women's reservation bill in New Delhi. It happened at Jantar Mantar, and we saw several political parties supporting that protest. Some of them did not turn up, some of them had conveyed their support or solidarity to the cause that she was fighting for. Interesting because the ED summoning came after she had declared the date of her protest. So the someone had said that she should present herself in front of the ED on 9th, whereas the protest was scheduled for 10th. So she wrote back to them saying, already have commitments. I have a protest that has been planned. So I will present myself before the ED on 11th, which is today. That is why the date was changed. And at the event, surprisingly, no mention of the interrogation by her. In fact, she only spoke about the women's reservation bill. However, some of the representatives from the BRS who were there said that this is a tactic by the central government to harass Kavitha, and that she will come out clear. She will be able to prove innocent in this particular case. Was some of the statements that were said. But overall, there was a complete silence on whether the interrogation will happen or anything related to the liquor license case, because she wanted to keep that, I guess, separate from the demand for a women's reservation bill. Interesting because she's demanding a women's reservation bill when in Telangana itself, you can see we have very few or limited number of women in the cabinet. We have just two ministers in the Telangana cabinet, Satyavati Rathod and Sabita Indra Reddy, who's the education minister. So overall, in our state itself, that is in Telangana itself, we have very less women representation. At a time like that, she protested demanding a women's reservation bill. So questions being raised by the BJP, which is the opposition party with the Congress in Telangana, saying, at your own state, this is the condition. Why are you crying foul in New Delhi? So that protest happened yesterday. It was a show of strength of sorts, but no mention of ED or the interrogation. But today we saw her husband accompanying her, a show of strength happening at her house, and then here a clenched fist, like I said, and then smiling Kavitha entering into the ED office for the interrogation. What time she will come out remains to be seen, Pooja.
Absolutely. And, a day before the protest, that is day before yesterday in the evening, she did address a press conference in Delhi where she lashed out at the ED and the BJP at the center. She alleged that all this was, political vendetta. She went on to say that in any state which goes to polls, ED comes ahead of PM Modi. Implying that this was all being done to ensure that BJP troubles the ruling TRS ahead of polls in Telangana. Paul, just quickly take us through some of the allegations that Kavitha, her brother KTR, and her father KCR have made against the BJP-led union government and the ED as well.
The day that Kavitha had addressed the press conference, I think, Pujit, they had strategically planned the day out because we saw KT Ramarao, her brother, addressing the media in Hyderabad at the Telangana Bhavan first, wherein he said ED summoning is nothing but Modi summoning, playing on the word ED. And they also said that this is not new. This has happened several times in the past where people from Andhra and Telangana itself have been summoned or have been named in cases, but nothing came out of it or it just fizzled out. Like YS Rujana Reddy was an example that KTR cited, who moved from TDP to BJP, also CM Ramesh, several such names, in fact, where a case was registered and later nothing really happened out of it. So they said it's like washing powder Nirma. This is the statement used by KTR, where he said, wherein you just move from one party to the other and all your allegations are cleaned off from what has been made against you. So that was the term used by KTR. He came out in support and also said that this is nothing new. And Kavitha has, in fact, been speaking a lot about how she comes from Telangana, a land where they have protested and come out victorious, referring to the birth of Telangana itself, which was born out of a long agitation and protest. So she said, jail is not new to the people of Telangana, nor are protests new. We will continue the fight. Sounding very confident that she has been targeted by the central agencies or the central government. And she says that they have called for interrogation. Let me go there. Let me talk to them and figure out why I have been called. Several reporters had questioned her whether she knew Arun Ramchandra Pillai, what was the connection to the Delhi liquor scam. None of these questions were actually answered categorically and strategically. She avoided them, saying, ED is questioning, do you know more than the ED? Let them do their job. You should probably do your job. Let ED continue the interrogation. Let's keep out of it until they give us a statement on what my role is. After that, we shall talk about it. In fact, she told all the journalists who had interviewed her, saying, I will come back to your channel. I will come back to you and I will speak to you once the interrogation is over. That time, you will have the chance to ask me questions. Until then, let us reserve those delicate questions or intricate questions for the ED to ask me and I will answer them. And she claimed all those allegations were false and she denied any involvement.
Absolutely. And, even KTR questioned why BL Santosh, a senior BJP leader, had not appeared before the Telangana police in another case where he was summoned for questioning, and said that we don't have anything to hide. We will go ahead and appear before any central agency for questioning. But meanwhile, the same yardstick should be applied to BJP leaders as well. Now, coming to what this means in an election year for the BRS in Telangana, Paul, you have been reporting on the political developments. Do tell us what this would mean, because in a sense, it has galvanized the party cadre, the workers. And yesterday in Delhi, like you rightly said, there was a show of strength, opposition leaders rallying around Kavitha, although it was for a different issue. When you look at it, it could very well mean that they are trying to show that the opposition is with them in taking on the BJP. So, what can we expect this issue to kind of pan out in Telangana?
Well, Minister KT Ramarao, while addressing the media, had said this is not the first time someone from their own cabinet has been targeted. Minister Mallareddy, Srinivas Gaud, several other, Talasani Srinivas Reddy. All these are ministers from the Telangana cabinet who have been named by the CBI or targeted by the ED. So they're saying this is just another case. This is nothing to worry about. In fact, I was speaking to the deputy mayor, Baba Fasiuddin, who has come all the way from Hyderabad to support Kavitha. He was also saying, we are not bothered about these kind of allegations. She'll come out clean. In fact, they're saying the people are also now smart enough to understand that they are being targeted. This is what he says, that they can see through it, that this is mere targeting by the central agencies and the central government. So at the grassroots, what the BRS claims is that it has no kind of effect at the grassroots on those who vote. But the BJP is saying that this is the BRS's way of getting away with it. Her role is deeply involved, and that the allegations will turn out true once the ED finishes its investigation. So they claim that it has far-reaching effect on the people of Telangana. And now that the truth is out that she had made a lot of money in the Delhi liquor scam, and it's only time that will reveal what her role was in this particular scam and how much of money was made by her or the kickbacks that was paid by the South Group is what the BJP is claiming. So a lot of allegations, counter allegations. On the ground, we still have a couple of months to go for the elections. It's only in December that the tenure of the present government will end. So a lot of time for that. We'll have to see what political repercussions this particular incident will have. Pooja.
Absolutely. Will the BJP manage to make corruption an election issue in Telangana, with Kavitha being questioned, corruption reaching the first family of TRS's doorstep, or will the BRS manage to actually use this issue to once again, rekindle the Telangana sentiment, the Telangana people versus, rulers from Delhi, sort of a narrative? We will know. Paul will continue bringing us all the latest updates from ED as Kavitha continues with her deposition. Paul, we will come back to you every few hours to where you can, you will talk to leaders from Telangana who have reached there. Tell us what's happening, and of course, also what happens towards the end of the day. As you rightly said, will Kavitha be let off? Will there be an arrest, or will she be summoned again tomorrow? Paul will keep you updated in all of this. Thank you for joining me on a Saturday. Come back to us while we get you the latest on the Delhi liquor policy scam.